Ride on the Storm, the mother of Paradiddle, was trained by his son David. So the lights are on for the first. Spurred On runs favourite. Black and white colours. Look great going to the starting gates. And they're all ready. Starter was up to the top rung of the ladder, but he's just backpedaled a bit. Ferrara stood in well. This should be it this time. Ready to jump. Racing, Spurred On, the favourite out in the centre, was away running today. In fact, he's going to lead through the first 100 metres, going very quickly as She's Purring. On the fence, Pokey Hill, one away, Belle de Jour moving up around Unworldly, and Paradiddle now drifting back. Going up in front of him then would have been Lucky Chief, getting well back in the field from Ferrara. They were followed by Lord Pecan, who's a mile back with Big Doug, and Scotch Plains at the tail of the field. She's Purring, the leader, 6.50 out. Led way 1 length on Spurred On, 1 away Pokey Hill, and Belle de Jour fourth, tracking the favourite. 2 lengths away is Unworldly, then Paradiddle wide out going forward from Sky Duke. Ferrara very wide. Lucky Chief's a mile back with Lord Pecan, Big Doug, and forget about Scotch Plains. In the straight, She's Purring in front with moving up Spurred On. He's about to attack the front runner. Belle de Jour a length away third, running on after the pair. Paradiddle down the centre, running home very gamely from Unworldly. He's gone full bore now, the favourite, and Spurred On race to the front. Paradiddle and Unworldly. Unworldly in the centre with a great run. He and Paradiddle moved up to Spurred On. Unworldly claimed the front, 50 out, and is coming right on with the job to win handsomely. Unworldly went on to win from a photo. Spurred On or Paradiddle. Belle de Jour a well beaten fourth from Sky Duke, Pokey Hill, She's Purring. Then Lord Pecan, Big Doug, well back in the field, Ferrara, Lucky Chief, and last of all was Scotch Plains. Number 10, Unworldly. Gee, that's been a good win. 25 to 1 chance, $36.70 and $6.70 in a real upset. Ridden by Corey Brown. Larry Cassidy riding Paradiddle for Dean Lawson, who's had to play second or third fiddle. Looks like he might have just got nutted out of second position, but there's not much between he and the favourite for the race, Spurred On. So Unworldly at $36.70 and $6.70, a first starter by Quest for Fame out of Spirit, a Danehill filly, raced by Jack and Bob Ingham's Woodland stud, trained by John Hawkes and ridden by Corey Brown. Now the judge has gone for the photo for second and third. There's very little between Paradiddle and Spurred On. Spurred On was out of the gates running today, coasted up to tackle the leader, hit the front at the top of the home straight, but as soon as he got there, you could tell that Unworldly and Paradiddle were going to be the ones to hold out. And this has been a very good performance by this horse. He really has come home strongly, and in the end has done it fairly easily to score. Awfully tight for second between the inside Spurred On and the outside Paradiddle. And after the photo, Paradiddle gets second, number 2, ridden by Larry Cassidy for Dean Lawson. His run was good this way of going first time round, and Spurred On finishing third, ridden by Dan Beasley. So it's $36.70 and $6.70 for the winner, Unworldly. Second to number 2, Paradiddle at $2.40, and number 5, Spurred On at $1.30. Opening Quinella for the race, returning $116.60, exact at $268.20, and the trifecta $926.70.
They're set at Newcastle, so we might go there first, and then we'll take you back to Auckland for the 6th.
The favourite showed the way around the bend at the 400 metres mark, led by a length to As If, immediately under the whip. 2 lengths away, Henchman, and then Night Stage, followed by Bold Romeo, See Me Go, and Minor Threat. As If after Oakfield Queen at the 200 metres mark and went to the favourite. As If took the lead, drew more than a length clear of Oakfield Queen. Then Night Stage, Henchman, and See Me Go. See Me Go's crunched them on the outside, swept to the front close to home and won the money. See Me Go first. As If second, third might be Oakfield Queen in front of it.
Shan's Bow is next. Now Mac the Knife is second last, and Teapoy Spirit is last as they work out to the 1400 and about 20 lengths first to last. So into the back and wins a few, carting them along a length and a half. Trounced on the inside. Pentium Speed's pulling a little, worked into second. 2 back Magic Winner on the inside next of Southwest One. Then followed No Alimony and Desert Rain together. 2 to Misprint in the clear. Pravda sneaking up on the inside next of In My Time, then followed Anazil going forward on the outer from, then Smiling Like, Full Noise, Mac the Knife, Shansbo, Reap Gold, and Teapoy Spirit last. Up on top of the rise, 1,000 metres out, and the leader wins a few, left alone, a length and a half, trounced in the spot from right there. Pentium Speed, 2 back, Magic Winner from Southwest 1 back behind these, then is Desert Rain, No Alimony on the inside, Misprint next, then Pravda, then followed Anazil, still working up wide from next In My Time, Smiling Like the next one, Full Noise, Mac the Knife, Reap Gold, Shansbo and Teapoy Spirit last. Racing by the 600 metres, and the pacemaker still wins a few. They're tackling it now. Pentium Speed first to move. Right there on the outside now is Rio racing in as they come in. Desert Rain, 2 back on the inside is Trounced as they head into the straight, and No Alimony comes out wide into the straight. They sprint for home, and the leader Desert Rain in front from on the inside. Pentium Speed, and here's Anazil has come down the outside to head them all off. Magic Winner's got a beautiful run along the inside at 200 to go, and Magic Winner hit the lead from out wide here. Anazil between the two, Desert Rain, and it's Magic Winner in front's going to win it. Magic Winner won the money second, Anazil, Desert Rail third, then followed behind these were Pravda, Misprint was next, then Trounced and Mac the Knife, then followed behind these Smiling Like, and back behind it In My Time, Pentium Speed, then followed back No Alimony, Shansbo the next one, and well back Southwest 1, Teapoy Spirit, Full Noise, Reap Gold, and wins a few, dropped out last.
Winner there, number 5, Magic Winner, will pay 5.22.20, defeating 13 Anazil and 14 Desert Rain in the Queen Elizabeth Open there at Auckland. Now at Newcastle, numbers official 4, See Me Go, to pay $5, $1.70 over 5 As If, and 9.
Tristalique, the favourite. Number 2, raced by the Group 1 Racing Club Syndicate, managed by Ted Cockram. Away they go. Favourite Tristalique jumped well from the good barrier with Avilda. They're the two that will dispute the lead. DeMarch is in between them. 2 lengths to Blair, 4th, and then Midtown. Mondavert second last, and the grey As You Do is settling last, about 6 lengths off the lead. Tristalique in front, leads 3/4 of a length to the filly Avilda. 2 lengths to DeMarch, and on its inside was Blair. 1.5 to Midtown. As You Do on the fence, and a half away Mondavert. Last of the 7 runners, about 6 lengths off the lead. Making their way down the side, approaching the 800, and the favourite Tristalique led a half a length to Avilda. A length away Blair on the inside from DeMarch. 2 to As You Do on the inside of Midtown, and Mondavert is back at the tail end. About 600 metres left to travel. It's Tristalique ahead in front from Avilda. 1.5 Blair on the inside, DeMarch around at 4th. 2 to As You Do. Then Midtown and Mondavert with some work to do. It's only 6 off the lead, but has to come around the whole field and peeling out wide now as they turn at the 400. It's Tristalique about a neck in front of Avilda. Blair third, As You Do, quickly went up 3 deep around DeMarch. Mondavert struggling, and then Midtown. It's Avilda taking a narrow lead of the 200. As You Do after it, Tristalique fighting on. It's the filly Avilda just in front. As You Do wants to lay in the outside. Avilda just in front. As You Do cutting it down. As You Do and Avilda, they'll go to the line locked together. As You Do won it. As You Do a half head to Avilda. Tristalique third. Then Blair, DeMarch, Mondavert, Never a Hope, and Midtown pulling up at the end of the field with it. 1:24.23 the time. As You Do. Dan Nikolic back on the fence, cutting at Avilda, who had fought off Tristalique. And number 3 goes up into the frame. As You Do, a narrow winner. Had a lovely run back on the fence. The run came at the top of the straight. And even though it was first up, it hadn't run since the Magic Million 3-year-old race back in Rose Hill in the middle of August. It was a little too good for Avilda. Wanted to lay in a little bit. Nikolic with 1 rein, it looked like on a number of occasions. But when he pulled the stick, it was able to find that extra neck or half length it needed to be able to get the better of Avilda, who fought on well, the filly.
So a good win there to As You Do. First up today, 7.50 and 3.30. Just defeats Avilda on the line at 2.20, and there'll be no third for the favourite 2, Tristalique. After the first...
It's outstanding start. They stand well, the fillies. Starter picks up the button. Gates release, outstanding miss near the inside, a shade slow to get going. Tambourine came out of the gates running. He'll go straight to the front from Djokovic, and Veloce wide out with Pacific Joy hunting up on the fence as Veloce drifts back. Ozdan settles in 4th position from Selensky Valauche. They were followed by Sugar House and Outstanding Miss on the inside at the tail of the field. Marshall had taken Tambourine to the front inside the 1200 pole, leading 2 lengths on Pacific Joy. 1.5 away is Ozdan's, 3 deep, and Lee's rushing around them to move to 3rd now. 1 back Djokovic, Selensky on the fence from Veloce, Sugar House and Outstanding Miss. This is the order coming down the side at the 900 metres mark. Tambourine in front, being left alone. Led over a length Pacific Joy, 2 lengths to Ozdan's. Well, she's had no luck. She's 3 wide and can't get in. Selensky on the fence. And in between runners, Djokovic keeping the favourite out, or second favourite wide. 2 lengths to Sugar House. Veloce the inside and Outstanding Miss under the bat last. Coming to the bend, Tambourine in front, freewheeling at the 650. Led by a length on Pacific Joy, who angles away from the rail. Ozdan's 3rd, 3 out. Djokovic, Selensky on the fence. Veloce red cap going forward. Sugar House will be the deepest runner from Outstanding Miss as they wheel the bend. In the straight, Pacific Joy's out after Tambourine at the foot of the rise. Ozdan's made a line of 3, but she's worked over time. Veloce to the outside, running on fairly from Djokovic and Sugar House. They've reached the 300 metres mark. Tambourine in front of Pacific Joy and digging deep. Ozdan's the outside, can't reach them at the moment. Tambourine in front, she's finding plenty under pressure at the 100 pole. Pacific Joy tries hard to level up, she can't get there. Tambourine in front and she does it all the way. Tambourine wins from Pacific Joy, 3rd a photo. Selensky a nose to Ozdan's, but I could be wrong. Veloce was next from Djokovic. Well back Sugar House and Outstanding Miss the Bolter last home. The Omen tip of probably the year, Tambourine. As we mentioned prior to the race, and Tappy on track for our Sky Racing viewers, this horse is out of Chez Paris. And Chez Paris, of course, John Muir owned, was trained by the great Tommy Smith. Noel Barker was apprenticed to the great man. Tragically lost his life. John, in fact, did a story on his dad, Tom, on Inside Racing. It was a majestic story, a great story, going back a few weeks ago. And he spoke about the death of his very popular son, who rode over in Hong Kong with a great deal of success, Noel. And John Marshall, who had ridden even Chez Paris on 1 occasion, has come out and beat a Tambourine home. And, of course, at Group 3 level, Noel tasted success on the very good mare Chez Paris, so there'll be a few tears around, no doubt, after that wonderful victory of that filly leading all of the way. Pacific Joy's run 2nd, Craig Carmody. She tried for the length of the straight, and after the photo, Selensky has got 3rd. It's 3, 6 and 8. Tambourine, a filly of 3 years by Dan Zero, was bred by John Muir at his Milburn Creek Thoroughbred stud, trained by Bart Cummings, ridden by John Marshall, 290 and 150. And I think most punters caught onto the Omen tip because she was very well backed, and what a great victory it was.
Yeah, good.
Jaccio carried. John Hawkes trains Desert Siege. It's by Desert Sun. Darren Gauci to ride. And it's the favourite with bookies. But Royal Gaucho, who initially drifted out, has trimmed up with the bookies. Now, Our Buster away from the line with Top Perch. Isle of Diamonds. Broadcast. 1:53. Thank you. 1:53, the scratching time of Isle of Diamonds. Away they go now. They're off and racing. One of the best to jump away, Desert Siege with Crown Council, and pushing through Tiratoni. Jumped all right today, and he's sharing the lead, and Royal Gaucho down nearer the rails. Then Astron Star, Bluinski off the track, Top Perch with a white cap. Getting through along the inside, Golden Arches, and about 3 lengths away then to Carousel. And there's one that's going with out the rider there, and I think that's Our Buster, you'll find. And back with it was Snowy's Edge. So Our Buster's lost the rider as they ran to the home turn, and Tiratoni, hard up against the rails, is now joined by Desert Siege. Crown Council under pressure. Astron Star hooked out. Royal Gaucho right behind them, and Top Perch is the widest runner as they turn into the straight. 6 with a winning chance. Desert Siege hit the lead momentarily. Coming at it though, Royal Gaucho. Astron Star wider out, and then Top Perch. Royal Gaucho draws alongside Desert Siege with 150 to go. 2 favourites come away. Royal Gaucho, Desert Siege. It refuses to give in. Desert Siege, Royal Gaucho. It's only a bob of the head. Desert Siege or Royal Gaucho. 3rd Astron Star, 4 lengths away, and then Top Perch, Crown Council. Tiratoni Weekend, and then Carousella, who made up many lengths. They were followed by Golden Arches, and then Bluinski, Snowy's Edge. Now losing the rider was Our Buster shortly after the start of the race.
Okay, so desperately close finish here. Royal Gaucho's on the outside and Desert Siege on the inside. And not much between them when they hit the post. as they come up to the post, and Desert Siege is on the inside, Royal Gaucho outside, and it's a desperate photo there after the second at Caulfield. Now we'll get the results shortly. Mowbray, they are moving up with Keogh the favourite at 350 over. Okay, this is race 3 now at Mowbray as we
Apologies, the late mail. And we're all set to jump. Mares are ready at the 2000 start. And the gates crash back, and Basics near the inside away well. Coquette with the red cap on away smartly. Astrology near the fence, and Ballyninsky wide out going forward with Lamurlin and Come On Grace the deepest runner. So there was a couple hunting for the front, and Ballyninsky leads Coquette and Come On Grace wide out, moving up to be third. Lamurlin will drop in, grab hold and settle in fourth position. 2 lengths Astrology. Vivacious Kate the outside, 2 lengths to Basics, and Brief Promise last, about 6 lengths away from Ballyninsky. They swing to the back inside the mile marker. Ballyninsky made play by a half length on Come On Grace. The leader's away from the fence, and Coquette's punched up on the inside now to share the front. So Come On Grace effectively still out 3 wide as Lamurlin settles fourth, and they're put on the brakes, the leaders. 1 away Astrology back on the inside from Vivacious Kate. Basics the top weight, and 1.5 to Brief Promise as they come inside the 1200 mark. Come On Grace was caught wide, so Lenny Beasley's rushed her up, and she's now rolled to the front. Ballyninsky second, Coquette up against the fence third, Lamurlin fourth, and she's had a good run. Astrology back on the inside of Vivacious Kate from Basics, and still last Brief Promise. It's a dawdling tempo coming down the side at the 950. Come On Grace has really stacked them up and leads a neck on Ballyninsky with Lamurlin 3 wide attacking, and now hits the front. 2 lengths away, Coquette relegated back to fourth from Vivacious Kate. Astrology meantime has been pushed back to third last. Brief Promise being stoked up to go forward, and Basics under the 57.5 dropped the bet, and she's 3 lengths arrears. Coming past the 600 pole, and Lamurlin in a lightning move for Beasley had raced up and went to the front from Ballyninsky. Come On Grace spat the bit. Coquette came 3 deep. Astrology working into it in the bronze colours. They were followed by Vivacious Kate. Brief Promise well back and with work to do in the home straight, and Ballyninsky's moved up to Lamurlin on top of the rise, and Ballyninsky claimed the front from Lamurlin. 2 lengths to Brief Promise, and she's starting to come with a withering burst. Then Astrology running on fairly well. Ballyninsky in front. Brief Promises pegging her back quickly at the 100 pole. Brief Promise moved up on the outside of Ballyninsky. Basics from the tail end of the field, but she deserved this. Brief Promise in front, and punched out she wins. Brief Promise 3/4 of a length to Ballyninsky. Basics came hurtling home at the finish and got third. Astrology, Coquette, Vivacious Kate, Lamurlin, and a long last the early leader Come On Grace. Very, very vocal crowd here today. Boy, they were letting out a bit of a roar as the favourite. Brief Promise stormed to the front for Brian York and has come clear to win, and she did deserve that win. She looked the winner when she raced to the front in the race won by Apache King last time out and ran out of puff. But Brian has just timed her run to perfection today, and back from suspension, he goes further ahead in the jockey's title. 37 winners for the season thus far. It really has been a fabulous last 6 months for Brian York. In fact, it's been a pretty good 10 or 12 years for Brian York as a rider. And Brief Promise has come clear to win. Ballyninsky's run second, ridden by Grant Buckley, always on the speed. And Basics, as she always does, getting home when the race was all over, finishing third. Numbers have been confirmed. 2 Brief Promise, 9 Ballyninsky, 1 Basics on the third of the day, and the favourite home.
As they start to move them up for the running of the New Zealand Derby. This is over 2400. Newcastle hot on its heels, and the fancied ones here, Flying Brocco at 19.
Who will be on top today? The running of the 1999 Sleepyhead New Zealand Derby, the classic for the 3-year-olds, Group 1. Let's go to Keith Hobb.
He's in, so they're set now. Sleepyhead New Zealand Derby, racing in the Derby. Good start too, and one of the first to break, Ebony on it on the inside, but heading it off. Buzz Lightyear's quickly into gear and races over with Sun God on the inside of us. They get towards the rail. Working up, Clinton going for the pace as well, and out wider on the track. Great things happen. Idle's been trapped out on the outside of these. They work on down the straight now. The pacemaker Sun God from Buzz Lightyear out wide, then Idle on the rail. Carter getting the run already. Clinton the next horse. Then Great Things Happen on the outside of Ad Alta. She's about 5 off the pace with a lap to go. Then Cash is King is next. Hades on the inside of Maroc. They followed Citrus Prince, and then getting back on the inside, Hill of Grace. Then followed Bocelli in that group. Ebony Honor got back now, and back with it South Park, Evans Advantage. And last of all, as they swing out and work to the 1600 metres, is Mantovani. So getting away in the lead, Sun God away by 3. It's a good rate. In second place, Buzz Lightyear settles okay. Carter lobbing along third, a half to Idle. Adalta on the inside of Clinton next. 2 back to Hades. Great things happen. Cash is king with those 2. Then followed by Maroc on the inside. Then Hill of Grace. Citrus Prince the next one. 2 back behind them. Then is Ebony Honor. Bocelli on the outside of it. Then Evans Advantage. And then South Park. And Mantovani still last. Over on the far side, 15 lengths first to last. And Sun God carting them along at a good rate. Buzz Lightyear in second spot. Carter going nicely. Third, a half to Idle. Adalta's on the inside. Hasn't moved. From then followed Clinton a length back. Hades. Great things happen between those 2. Cash is king. They're followed by then Hill of Grace on the inside of Citrus Prince. Right there with these Maroc. 2 to Ebony Honor. Bocelli the next one. Then Evans Advantage. And South Park and Mantovani. So racing in 700 metres out in the Derby. Buzz Lightyear now scoots round and puts the pressure on and races away. He's going early on him. Buzz Lightyear now 2.5 to Idle in second place. The fillies out after these 2. Adalta off the rail now from Hades coming into it. Then followed by giving ground Sun God, and then Hill of Grace. Around the turn comes Buzz Lightyear, the favourite, full of running. 3 clear from Idle. Adalta's about 4 off the pace, and here's Hades down the outside. Buzz Lightyear still in front, 250 to go. They're getting him now. Hades the danger on the outside, and Idle there as well as they race down, and here's Hill of Grace coming into it. Hades shot to the front, 150 out. Hill of Grace going hard after it. Idle on the inside. Hades kept going though from Hill of Grace. Hades is going to race in the little fella to win the Derby. Second at the line was Hill of Grace. Idle was the third one, then Ebony Honor next home. Next behind these, Adalta tried hard from Citrus Prince, then followed by Mantovani. Back behind these, then Maroc, then Carter was back, and also Evans Advantage was well back towards the rear, and then Buzz Lightyear, he stopped as if shot, then followed by Sun God, and great things happened. But the little horse Hades has won the Derby.
Eastern Glory went up, and they all appear to be in. Started down at the foot of the ladder.
5 Turlington. Light the Fuse unbeaten in 2 starts. And the fillies are getting set for a start. Perfect Kelly scratched here will run tomorrow at Sandown. 9 event card tomorrow at Sandown. Now Turlington coming up to the stalls has a stablemate Zazdar. Zazdar's got the red cap. Now they're set to go for race 3 at Caulfield. Favourite is Light the Fuse, a grey filly in the purple and white stripes. Sada on his platform now. All clear given. They're racing. Gold Amp jumped well. Ascot Lady dwelt a little bit. Turling began pretty well out wide. Natural Tycoon pushing through, and so is the favourite Light the Fuse. Land of Dreams about midfield, inside Co-Dancer, then Zazda. Ascot Lady getting back, and the first started Dieu Ami, 3 lengths away last. The favourite Light the Fuse is on the inside of Turlington. They share the lead. From Land of Dreams third, Natural Tycoon fourth, and Gold Amp and the yellow colours 3 wide. Co-Dancer sixth on the inside from Ascot Lady pushing through. Zazdar 3 deep and about 4 lengths away, Dieu Ami. Up to the turn, Turlington racing away from the rails as a neck in front of Light the Fuse, still travelling okay. Gold Amp 3 deep around Natural Tycoon, trying to get more galloping room as they turn. Land of Dreams under the whip. Ascot Lady's made up ground. Into the straight, it's Light the Fuse again going to a narrow lead from Turlington. Natural Tycoon joining in quickly, however. It's Light the Fuse kicking back. Natural Tycoon has joined at the outside. Natural Tycoon now takes over. Light the Fuse coming back at it. Natural Tycoon about a neck in front, now coming clear. Natural Tycoon about 3/4 of a length. Second placing Light the Fuse. 4 away third will be Gold Amp in front of the eye-catching run from Dieu Ami, who's run 4th, and then Land of Dreams, Ascot Lady. Turlington dropped out of it, then Zazdar and Co-Dancer last in. Number 1, Natural Tycoon, Brett Gardner. Wanted to lay in a little bit, but race experience. It's had the 6 starts now. Perhaps was the telling factor from Light the Fuse, who was able to kick back, and they quickly beat off Turlington, but Natural Tycoon finished off the race too well. Has a good record, this filly. She's had 6 starts for 4 wins, a 3rd and a 4th, so as yet has not failed to weigh in. Brett Gardner, the rider, for David Hall. Light the Fuse, she looks very good. She's only had the 3 runs. Tony Noonan, Nash Rawilla. And Gold Amp was 3 wide the whole way and still whacking away at the end there. ridden by Brian Werner for Barbara Joseph. Just hanging on for third, and Jeremy, who was beaten for pace, was 4 lengths last at the 400.
And she finished fourth. So numbers there 1, 3 and 4 after the running of race 3 there at Caulfield.
And after a terrific horse, the WATC quality. Fourth of the day, and King of Acapulco's come away running today. He was out of the machines like a bullet and went straight to the front. He's wide, but he'll cross shortly from his stablemate Celestial Choir. Accused and Punt in the centre jump well. They're third and fourth, 2 lengths to final forecast. 3/4 highest calibre, wide and getting back Bonfires from El Zabana. Here's the Prince, and 4 lengths to Reasons. King of Acapulco in front. He leads the way, but Accused has rushed up and he's reefing against the rider. He's got his head held high in the air. 2 lengths to Punt, then Celestial Choir. He's on the inside, fourth from final forecast. Out wide on the track, Bonfires. 1 back the inside, highest calibre. 2 lengths, here's the Prince El Zabana, and 3 lengths to Reasons at the 700 metres mark. Well, he's going very hard, Accused, outside of the leader, King of Acapulco. They're a length and a half on Punt. Then came Celestial Choir on the back of the speed, needing it out as final forecast sweeps around them 3 wide. 1 away is Bonfires, highest calibre in traffic, looking for a run. Here's the Prince El Zabana and Reasons as they flatten at the 400. King of Acapulco in front. Accused coming at him again. He goes for King of Acapulco. Celestial Choir's bolting, but he can't get a run. Punt's on his outside from final forecast, and down the outside, highest calibre winding up. King of Acapulco in front of Punt. On the outside, final forecast. It's Punt and final forecast. They'll fight it out. Punt in front, final forecast trying to pick him up. He's driving. Punt hangs on. Punt wins. Punt scrambles in. Punt has just won it from final forecast and or Celestial Choir. And do you think he should have won? Highest calibre wide out on the track from Accused. King of Acapulco didn't go on. Here's the Prince. Bonfires well back with Reasons, and El Zabana last in. Boy, we've seen a couple of good things beaten in recent weeks, but none bigger than Celestial Choir. He just could not get a run. But Punt was in front, final forecast driving, but Punt pulling out all stops for Corey Brown, trained by Paul Cave, and he scrambled in to win. From final forecast, I think has run second in front of Celestial Choir now. Celestial Choir was fourth the back of the speed. He was going for a run, but Punt, Corey Brown just got Brian York and snuck him straight back into the pocket. York tried to come away from the fence, but Punt just pushed him back into the pocket. He had to come to the outside, and by the time he's got out at the 125 metres mark, the race was virtually over, and he's absolutely screamed home, but Punt will be the winner. It's 10, 5 and 1 confirmed. 10, 5 and 1. A bit of money at longer odds late for Punt. $14.90 and $3.90. And that was the big leg in, late in betting Punt. And if you've been listening at home or watching Sky Racing, you would have got the leg up there at $14.90 and $3.90. Paul Cave will, of course, saddle up Pastor Express. Grant Buckley won't be riding for Paul. Rather, Corey Brown won't be riding for Paul. It'll be Grant Buckley, who's got such a great association with Pastor Express. But, of course, Corey rode Lahar to dead heat for third in the Melbourne Cup for Paul this year. So it's been a great year for both rider and also trainer.
Fairy Garden away from the line with winning his best. Broker's Point, the best back runner here, number 5. Will run favourite with the bookies and is coming into outright favouritism now on Super Tab. Ahead of Graceful Emma, who's been a big drifter. Natural Is My Name. Also Easy. Lady Baton has got its fair share of supporters, and Perfect Arc is about 5th in the market from Indigo Rain. It's cleared up a little bit at Caulfield. We've got the sun shining at the moment. We've seen the rain in these surrounding suburbs, but seems to have bypassed Caulfield. So the track has remained as it was at the start of the day. Good. It's held up very well. Although there was plenty of rain about Melbourne, only certain parts of the city got the major deluges yesterday. Caulfield was pretty much away from it. The track good. Fairy Garden goes in, and they're all set to go.